Hello, Alexander. Welcome. Valerie, welcome.
Welcome everybody. Good evening.
Feel free to turn your cameras on so we can see your beautiful faces. If you feel comfortable, that would be wonderful. We are going to start, even though not everybody has joined. We're obviously waiting for more people. But it's time, right? So let me welcome everybody who has already joined. Thank you for coming. I'm Tatiana. I'm an cross trainer, and I'll be hosting today's meeting. Today we'll be talking about internship in American companies for QA engineers. A pretty important topic, considering that nowadays testing is a gateway to career in IT. So our meeting will be held in an interview format, so please feel free to put your comments or questions in the chat, or alternatively, you can raise your hand and speak up when called. So at this point, I'm happy to introduce our guest of honor, Lilia Urmazova. Lilia is a senior mentor in QA school called Mentorpiece. So Lilia, please take it away.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Tatiana. So, hello everybody, I'm Lilia. And let me introduce myself a bit. I've been working in QA since 2001 and pursued a career path from junior manual QA through automation QA and to QA manager. And almost all my QA experience is international. And I had been working for different companies. Most of them was from the US, and some of them were from European countries. And now, as Tatiana already said, I'm primarily focusing on mentoring, together with organizing and leading internships in different alluring US companies. So today I'm gonna talk about internship primarily, and feel free to ask me questions, if any. Okay, so Tatiana, you can go ahead, I think.
Yeah, thank you. Wow, quite a journey. That's amazing. I love hearing people's stories, and you know, that is quite a journey that you just described, and thank you for sharing that, definitely. So now we're opening the floor for questions. Again, please feel free to drop your questions in the comments, in the chat, that is, or raise your hand, alternatively. So far, as I don't see any questions yet, so I will start. And the first question that I have is, what internship opportunities do you provide for junior QA engineers? How exactly does it work, and why the USA?
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you, Tatiana. You asked me 3 questions, so
Yes, I did.
Yeah, let me answer one by one. So, and let me start from the very beginning. Why our junior QA engineers need some special opportunities through the internship? Because as Tatiana said, QA is a gateway to IT industry, but it is not really a true story if we are talking about a contemporary market. Because in the contemporary market, there is a very high competition. And requirements for even junior QAs have drastically increased during the past 2 or 3 years. And the employers, they maybe about 5 or something years ago, they were agreed to have some theoretical QAs in the team, and they were ready to teach them, to prepare them specially, and to give them some practice on projects. But it is not about the current market. In the current market, employers don't want to have somebody who just listened to some lectures before. They need practitioners. And these people, these persons, should be able not only to tell some theoretical points of QA and to describe some theoretical methods and something. They should be able to do some job from the very beginning of their involvement to a project. And that's why they are expecting that you have some experience, even if you're a novice, if you're a noob, if you're you just started your career in IT, in QA, you should have some experience, and you should understand the processes, and you should understand how to communicate within the team, who are customers, and so on and so on. And that's why, without having a line in your CV, likely you will not find some interesting job for you. Maybe you can find something, okay, but this job will not be paid well, and that this job will not be alluring to you. And some companies in the US, if we are talking about the US market, they used to organize some internal internship for people with some experience, some initial experience in QA. And this internship's goal primarily is to prepare a specialist for a specific company, for this company. The first goal is to organize some internship and to invite some people to participate in the internship, and then choose the people with the best skills. Sorry, Aslan? Don't forget that we speak English today, okay? I'm sorry. So okay, so let's be back to the US companies' internships. And the other goals that they have is to boost their loyalty to the specific company, and to prepare people to work, being involved to the processes of this specific company. And typically they propose some project to train on, and after this project they can propose some job, they can hire somebody. Now I'm talking about US companies in the US, on the US territory. And we, in our company, in our school, we we are organizing the internship to be as close as possible, to this approach of the US companies.
To these standards, right?
Yep. Yeah, so this is these standards. And our internships length is around 2 months, so it could be from 4 to 2 months length. And we have this primary goal, a bit different from the goals of the US companies, because we are preparing our interns. Our main goal is to provide a desired line in the CV, and to give the crucial opportunity for everybody who participates in this internship to have the experience, to have the real experience that can be included to the CV. And we provide a real project, we provide a real company, we organize everything by ourselves, and we find the company, we negotiate with the company, and the only thing for our interns is to just join this internship. And again, this is a real project, this is a real company, and our interns are working for this company as a real team. They do some, useful tasks, QA tasks for this team, for this company, and it is a real experience that can be included to the CV.
Cool.
Yeah, and so this is about the opportunities, yes? How exactly does it work? What can I say here? I don't know. Did I answer the question? How exactly does it work? It is a real project.
For me, yes.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah.
that the question was answered. If anybody has doubts or would like to hear some extra information on that, please let us know. So far, I don't see that anybody has further questions on this. So let me proceed by asking you, what do QA interns normally do throughout their internship? What maybe you can describe a typical day for a QA intern.
Okay. Thank you for the question, because it is, very interesting as well. As I said, it is a real project, but we choose typically some startup company. Not a big company with processes already configured and so on. We choose startup companies because first, it is more interesting for our interns to be involved to the product development from the very beginning. And it is a good opportunity not only to be involved to the typical QA tasks, but to the processes configuration. Because what is a startup typically? It is a small team. Small, I mean very small. It is not like 50 people. It could be initially it could be 2 people. One person is a CEO who is responsible for looking for clients, and the other one is a CTO, a person who is responsible for a technical part only. And this CTO is writing code, and CEO just looking for some opportunities in the market. And of course, okay, they could have a pair of developers who help them, who help CTO writing code, but definitely they will not have any QAs in the project. They don't have any QA team because they just don't have any budget for hiring QAs. It is from their initial point of view, it is maybe not that important on this stage of development. But, sorry, I should let some person enter us. Okay. And we usually come to this company with our propositions about how to make the development process cheaper, how to make it more organized, and how to configure the testing processes, how to embed testing into this maybe not a chaos, but in this initial stage of development. And based on this, we have our work. So we initially should understand the application. and the processes that they already have, to plan how first to make the processes better, how to make the product better, and from the other hand, how to, as I already said, how to configure the testing processes. And just one notice, and in the end of this internship, companies very often decide that they cannot live without QAs anymore, and they should hire somebody as a QA engineer.
Clever.
Yeah. And this is our personal goal, actually, to propose somebody to the companies. Okay, but let's be back to the duties and daily activities. So before the internship start, or during the first week of the internship, we plan how to embed our processes, QA processes, into the processes that they already have. And then we plan, not only the strategy, but the tactics, how to do all that, and how to test the application. Every day, okay, let's a bit step a bit back. We split all the period of our work into sub-periods, bi-weekly or weekly periods, and they called sprints in using our terminology. In the beginning of each sprint, we discuss the tactic plan for this particular sprint. We plan tasks, we estimate tasks, and we assign tasks to our interns. So we are working on this task during a week, or that bi-weekly period. And then at the end of this period, we discuss the results of the period. We discuss how our plans are turned into reality, and maybe something is preventing us from doing our job better. It is called retrospective. And our typical work day looks like more or less like that. In the morning of each day, we have a daily meeting where we discuss our plans for today, where we discuss the result from the previous day. Then we start working on our tasks, and while we are working, we are chatting in our QA chat, our specific QA chat, discussing some process things, maybe asking questions to each other, maybe helping each other with doing the tasks. And in parallel of this chat, we have a chat with our customers, because it is very important to have our customers involved in all the processes and be in touch every day with our customers. So we can ask our CEO about some business values of some functionalities. We can ask CTO about some technical details of the application if they are not known, they are not clear for the team. But anyway, we are always in touch with our customers. From time to time, we have technical meetings between us to discuss some technical problems, or to help each other to resolve some problems. Or we can have some special meetings with customers, again, to discuss questions and to get some help from their side regarding the technical problems, some challenges maybe, and help them how to organize a QA process. This is a typical work day. So this
Thank
is
you very much, yeah, for this
Uh-huh.
detailed answer. So we have a good question from Maria. Hello, Maria. Maria's asking, is it possible to do an internship with a full-time job? How will that be organized?
Thank you for the question, Maria. Yes, it is possible. And I would say more that most of our interns are working full-time somewhere. And, internship is a part-time job. Yes, this is a real project, this is a real customer, and this is a real job that you can include to your CV. But this is a part-time job. And we negotiate initially with customers about this part-time manner of our job, and that except common meetings, everybody will work in their free time. So if you are convenient with evening work, for example, after your regular full-time job, it is okay. If it is convenient for you to have weekend work, it is okay as well.
And do we have to align our schedules with the American schedule because of the time difference? How does that work?
It works well, and primarily because of this time shift of our interns, because most of the interns, they are working after the regular job in the evenings, and when they have evenings, if we are talking about the interns who are more or less close to the Moscow time, yeah. They are working in the evenings, and this time is very close to the working day of our customers.
Makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good. Thank you for a clarification. Now, Maria is asking, what about those who live in the USA? So it's kind of like the continuation of the previous question, as far as I understand.
Yep. We have 2 students from the USA in our current group. They work typically in the mornings, and they ask questions to customer just in offline manner. When they could write to the chat, and they could get an answer in the evening. And if we're talking about our current internship, it is the internship in one of American AI startups. They have a very good and very funny CTO, and in our initial meeting, he said that he used to be online near his computer every day, 24/7, and you guys feel free to ask me questions whenever you want. So
That's nice.
now, yeah,
Very
that's
generous.
very nice. And by this time, we didn't face any problems with the communication, because he really is very open person, and ready to answer questions, even in the evenings. I mean, his evenings, and no problem with
Americans
that.
are nice.
For
They're nice people.
Americans are very
Very
nice.
kind,
Yes,
generous.
especially if we are talking about saving their money, and we are saving their money.
Very true.
So
Very true.
they love us very much.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Maria is saying thank you. Thank you for your thank you, Maria. Now, the question that I have, what English level is required to communicate with customers and team members?
A good question. Thank you very much. I would say that the minimal level that is enough to start learning, to start working on the internship is B1. It is, a bit hard because, again, if we are talking about Native Americans, they used to speak very fast, some of them at least. And maybe if you have B1, you will face some difficulties with understanding of them. But you can live with this because we always have some recording of any meeting, and if you didn't understand right in the meeting, you can just watch the recording after it and try to translate some places where you have lost. B2 is absolutely enough. No any problems, I think, with B2. If it is higher, it is perfect.
So basically, if I understand you correctly, you're saying that if your listening skills are pretty good, maybe your speaking skills could be kind of like B1 level, right?
Right.
We're mostly
Right.
basing that on the listening skills. I would agree with that. Definitely very important when it comes to communicating with native speakers. I would say that listening skills are very important, more important than speaking skills, because for some reason, a lot of, at least people that I talk to, believe that their speaking skills need to be better, right? But practice shows that if you don't understand what you're being told, that's when we have an issue. But it's easier for them to understand you than it is for you to understand them if you really don't have well-developed listening skills. All right, so Sergey is asking, and he's apologizing for being late. Sergey, we welcome you. Thank you for joining. How to apply for the internship and what chances, Sergey is wondering what chances people have to be hired for a paid position.
Again, Sergey asked 2 questions, so let me answer one by one. How to apply to the internship? Okay, let's again repeat that you should have at least a B1 level of English, and better a B2 or higher. But B1, this is the level you can start with. Then, to apply to our internship, you should be graduated from the manual QA course, but before the QA course, you should successfully complete a free career guidance course to apply to the manual QA course. So we have some steps before the internship. English level, then you should successfully complete a free career guidance course to apply to the manual QA course. Then graduate from the manual QA course with good enough marks to be applied to the internship. And then you will be welcomed to start an internship in the US company. And the internship itself is free, actually. So we will not ask you to pay more.
Awesome. Sergey, does that answer your question? Maybe,
Yes, she is. Thank you for the answering.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, and Sergey wrote that.
Yeah, Sergey's sharing that he's a skilled manual QA with 3 years of professional experience.
3 years of
Yeah.
experience.
I haven't courses I learned by myself, actually. But I'm working, and I have been worked as a QA engineer for 3 years. So that's it.
Okay. Thank you, Sergey. Actually, from time to time, we let somebody to join our internship. I mean, not after our course, but from the other sources. But before entering the internship, we would ask you to pass our interview, QA interview.
Yeah, sure.
Just to be sure in your skills, that your skills are enough to join our team. Because in the internships, we typically have tasks from any level of application. You mean, I mean the UI, API, and database level, and so we should be sure that your skills are enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Venera,
fair.
before, thank you, Sergey. Before we address this question from Venera, which actually is maybe kind of has to do with that, I'd like to share exciting news from our part from across online school. So we developed a brand new course for QA engineers. It is for people, maybe Venera, this is maybe information for you, for people whose level is pre-intermediate or higher. So it is for someone who is interested in international career in IT, whether you're an actual QA engineer or an aspiring one. So there are 24 hours in this course. And the final lesson is actually a mock interview with one of the mentorpiece mentors, which again, I will remind you that Lilia is one of the mentors. She's a senior mentor in mentorpiece. So she's one of the people who will conduct that final mock interview after the 24 hours. So here's some extra information, right, on who this course is for, like what you will be able to do after the course. And I would actually invite you to go ahead and sign up for our free diagnostic lesson with one of the cross trainers, where you will be helped to identify your needs, set your personal goals, and also map out individual journey in the course. You can find the link on our website, or alternatively, you can wait until the bot sends you the link, which will happen after this meeting. So you guys are welcome. You lose absolutely nothing. Sign up for the free class and find out more. But this is an awesome opportunity. For those who, you know, maybe are not sure about their skills or would like to test themselves, and so on. And at this point, I'm gonna get back to Venera and her question. And she asked whether A2 level is enough to take your course and understand the explanation of mentors.
Mm-hmm. And Tatiana, I think we have another question from Maria about the English course.
Right. We haven't addressed the question from Venera before. So again, Venera is asking about whether her A2 level is enough to take the course and understand mentors.
Okay, yeah, this is a question I think for me. So A2 could be possible to understand mentors. You could, you know, if you understand me now, because I'm the main mentor on the course, if you understand me now and you don't face any difficulties with this, you will understand our mentors, because yeah, you know, we all have accent. Of course, it is impossible not to have accent when when English is not your native language. But you maybe will struggle with speaking, because we don't have lectures, we don't have some, you know, video presentations or video recordings where mentor is talking and you are just listening and that's it. You should participate actively in all the workshops that we have, and you should talk, you should ask questions, you should work with the other colleagues, and it could be a bit difficult to do it if you have A2. So I would recommend to boost your level a bit, at least to B1, you know. For example, using the course Tatiana described just, and then you will be welcome to the English course.
Thank you very much, Lilia, for this information. And Maria, as far as I understand, this question is about the course that I just talked about. So I believe that yes, I believe that answer is yes, because this course is pretty universal and it kind of covers what you're talking about as well. So if maybe if you didn't have enough time to look at everything that was on the screen, you can go to our website, acrosscompany.ru, and check that out there. But yes, I believe it would be useful in this case. So Arslan is asking about whether it's possible to work in an American startup in Russia, or whether you need to change your location. So I believe that Lilia could definitely answer that.
Yeah, this is a question for me as well, and this is a very popular question actually, and I can answer that it depends. It depends on the company. If we are talking about some US company where most people are from Russia or from other countries, Russian-speaking countries, you know, maybe they don't really care about your location. But it is rather an exception. Most of the companies from the USA currently care about your location. Unfortunately, this is the political situation. Thanks God, they don't care about your Russian passport, but they could you know, have some doubts about it. Just an example from the current internship. We had been negotiating with them during half a year about, you know, accepting our team, our QA team, because if we're talking about our English groups, about maybe 70% or something are from the other locations, but 30% or something are still from Russia. And they are located on the Russian territory. And the only way we negotiated with this company is to promise them that we will have nobody from Russia. I mean, not you know, not from Russia, but located in Russia currently. And we split the group into two parts. One part came to the internship to this company. The part where we had only people not from Russia, not on the Russian territory, and the other part came to the other internship, to the other American company, where, as I said, most of people were from Russia, Russians. And they didn't care about the location. So it depends, but we are trying to provide the internship to everybody, even if you are in Russia. But it is a bit harder in current political situation.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's valuable information. And I was wondering if Arslan got an answer to his question. Would you please let us know, Arslan, if you have any further questions about that? Okay, I will consider that there are no further questions there. So I'd like to ask you, Lilia, so what career opportunities does such an internship provide? Would you please share maybe some examples?
Yeah, thank you for the good question. And examples are always crucial, of course. So we have actually two main types of career opportunities that could be provided by participation of the internship. The simplest career opportunity is the possibility to include the information about the internship to your CV. As I already said, it is an honest experience from 4 to 2 months experience. And if you will have this line in your CV, your chances to find some job, including the US market, drastically increases. And maybe one example about this career opportunity. In one group, we had a girl who's trying to find a job from about middle of the course, and she's tried and trying. She's sending the CV. She's talking with HRs, and they didn't want her because of the lack of experience in the CV. She was a very good girl with very good marks from the course, and then she started working on the internship and proceeded with sending the CV and so on. And she found a job after maybe 3 or 4 weeks being in the internship, because it experienced appeared in her CV, and HRs from this time, HRs started looking at her as experienced specialist with some company in the CV where she is a QA right now. And they started to invite her to the interviews, and she found a job. So this is an opportunity. And I want to express here that the US company is a good opportunity to any market, because we chose this country because the USA is still a main hub of IT, and all the main countries are there, and all the best and the contemporaries, the most contemporary technologies are there. And for example, most of US current startups, maybe even all US startups that are working on the US market right now, have the AI module inside. So all the applications on the US market, in the US market right now, are AI powered. And the startups we are working with, all that startups are implementing the AI powered application. And you will have not only just a line in your CV about some company, you will have a line about working in AI powered company on AI powered project. And this is the career opportunity because again, this market I'm talking about right now is very competitive, and you should have this the skills
Yeah,
to
definitely.
act on this market. And and this is the simplest opportunity, and a bit more complicated opportunity is to be hired to the company we are working with. And almost all our customers we are working with, they, as a result, they hire somebody to the company. Because in the beginning of our meeting, I told about the processes of QA, the initial state of the processes, the initial state of the product, the initial state of the application of the company, and so on. And when they see that the process could be faster, the process could be more convenient, and QAs really help them to boost their speed and to get to the market with their application faster, they often make a decision to hire somebody and to ask somebody to stay, from our group. And we even had a very funny case with one of the internship. It was again some AI-powered marketing application, and they at the beginning of our internship, they stated that they had no budget at all to hire anybody because they are very small. And they had no plans to hire QAs in the nearest future and in the long future, so whenever. But at the end of the internship, they decided that no, they should find some budget. And one of our guys was very active, very involved to everything and ready to be involved to not only QA processes, but to development processes and to learn fast and so on and so on. And they were excited, absolutely excited about his work. And they invited him to the company, and CTO said something like, "Oh, I have no budget, but I want to take the budget from my own pocket and give you, because you are a good guy and we want you to join us." So,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So, and he's working there, still working there about 1.5 years, something. And he's working remotely from Armenia to this company. And he's extremely glad about his job. And this company is still very excited about his job as well.
Awesome. That's such a great story. Thank you for sharing it. So we have a couple of questions from Konstantin. Just to make sure, so Konstantin is saying that the main problem between US companies and Russian workers or employees is that there is nowhere to transfer money to. So basically they couldn't pay anyone in Russia. Is there such a necessity to transfer any money to a bank outside of the US?
Actually, you are right, Konstantin, but this is only one side of the problem. Of course, you could go to Georgia, to Armenia, to Kazakhstan, to any country, not under sanctions, yeah? And first, it is pretty hard to open a bank account right now because I'm in Armenia and I live here for quite a long time, for 3 years. And when I came here, it was pretty easy for anybody to open a bank account. But for now, it's not that easy. You should demonstrate that you live here. You should demonstrate that you have some, special mark in your passport that you live here. But maybe you could do something with that. I don't know. Maybe it is hard, but still possible. But there is another side of the problem. This side is a risk, because American companies, some American companies, okay, don't want to work with Russia, not only because of the money, but because of risks. They have their own customers, and these customers don't want to see anybody they pay for their work, from sanctioned countries, from Russia, from Iran, from Belarus, and the other countries. That's why we had been negotiating for a long time with this company I told about, because our internship is not about payment at all. They don't pay us, we don't pay them, and we don't have any financial relationships with them. But risks are still there. And you should take this into consideration.
So Konstantin had another question there, and it's about competition from Indian fellas. Is there such a competition, wonders Konstantin, when it comes to the US market?
Yeah, good question. Thank you very much. Yes, of course, there is a competition on the US market. But again, let's separate, technically complicated startups from some very easy jobs that typically is done by people from India. We work with startups, and they first don't have, again, usually they don't have any requirements for the application. All the requirements are in the minds of CTO and CEO. No any other requirements. They usually have a very complicated application with maybe NoSQL database or relational database with a very complicated API, with UI, with AI modules. Of course, they should have them to get some money from investors. And I'm afraid that it is quite impossible to get money from investors if you don't have any AI model inside. And this is not a job for that regular Indian developers. I don't want to say anything bad about Indian developers, because they could be very different. I knew a lot of very good Indian developers and testers. But now I think Konstantin is talking about, that Indian developers from jokes, that of course can get your job. But such developers are typically for some usual tasks, not for the startups, not for complicated products.
Thank you very much, Lilia. I think that Konstantin is feeling like you answered his questions, because he's thanking you there in the chat. If you have another question, Konstantin, you still have several minutes to ask them. Right now, probably, Lilia, you can tell us a little bit more about how your school can assist like an aspiring QA engineer on their journey.
I already touched this question a bit, and now I can touch a bit more. So we are not talking right now about your English level because this is not directly to our school, but to the school Tatiana represents
Across.
today.
Here.
Yeah, please come to Tatiana with this question. But from the next step, you could refer to our school. And the next step is to successfully complete a free career guidance course. And then you can proceed with the next steps. Why this career guidance course is so important? Because you could have a very good English level, and you could wish to enter the IT, to enter this gateway, QA gateway, as a first step to IT. But you should be absolutely sure, because when you start studying QA, you will pay money, you will spend your time for it. And before paying money and spending time, you should be absolutely sure that this is really your profession. And you are ready to start your career on the US market without any doubts. And you should answer three main questions. If a QA profession really the thing that you really want, because maybe this is just an enthusiasm, and when this enthusiasm will be, decreased a bit, you can understand that this is not your profession. So you should be sure. The next question is, will you be able to do this job and not to be fired, in 3 months after the probation period? And the third question that you should answer is, will you get some joy and money, real money from this profession? Because having joy and having money in this profession are the things that are closely connected between each other. This is a very good profession. The more joy you have, the more money you own. So you should be sure in all that questions. And we prepared a special free career guidance course. It is called Do You Need a QA Profession? It is in Russian. And it is absolutely free if you have the code word from across school. And this course gonna help you to understand and to answer the questions that I listed. This is the step, and the link to this course will be here, and we can share the link, okay, to start understanding and answering these questions. The next step will be to learn QA, maybe in other course, but I cannot guarantee the internship in the US companies, of course. You can come to us when this career guidance course is successfully completed. You can come to us and learn with us in our English group. And then you could start the internship in the US company. It is free for everybody who completed the course with good marks. And then you are welcomed to start your career in the international market.
And thank you very much. And now we have 2 extra questions there real quick. So Arslan is asking whether there were cases of interns who completed the internship moving to the US.
Yes, we have such cases, but they planned this relocation in advance, actually, because you know, it is a bit hard to complete the internship and then start thinking about the relocation, because you need a visa, you need tickets, you need money, and so on and so on. And it is better to plan your relocation to the US a bit in advance.
That's an understatement, a bit in advance, but yes,
a
softly
bit,
put,
a
in
bit,
advance.
at least a bit in advance.
Yeah.
Better in advance. I mean, in some years before you will start your relocation. Yeah, because this is not the country you can just buy a ticket and relocate tomorrow.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely. Lots of paperwork.
Yeah.
At least papers, more dollars in the account.
Papers, dollars, interviews with people. You know, you should prove that you are not a bandit, you know, and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And so a question from Sergey. I believe Lilia already talked about it, but Sergey was a bit late. So would you please repeat that for him? So how many hours per day the participants need to work during the internship?
Yeah. I think 15 to 20 hours a week. Something like that. And if we are talking about daily work, you should participate in daily meetings, maybe with some exceptions, but it is better to participate in each meeting because we are discussing some important things there. And if we are talking about the other hours, you could choose your hours yourself. You could work in the evenings, or you could work in the weekends. But you know,
so basically,
basically it is about 15 to 20 hours a week.
Thank you very much, Lilia. Sergey got it. Cool. So this is all of the questions that we had for today. Any further updates that we maybe need to hear, Lilia?
Yeah, I just would like to thank you, everybody, for coming today. Thank you for the questions. And if you want to start your career in QA and you are thinking about the international career, maybe in the US, maybe in other countries, don't forget about the steps I have listed, and especially about the step with the career guidance and with your ensure about the profession before you start spending your time and spending your money for the profession. Please think twice and come to our free career guidance course if you want some help from our side. Yeah.
Cool. Then thank you very much. This is it. It was Lilia Urmazova from Mantorpiece and Tatiana from Across. And thank you very much for having joined us today. We're done with today's session. Again, thank you, everybody. And we're saying goodbye at this point. Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, have a nice day.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.